I just wanted to share with you guys what I do to create a recipe that fits into my macros. So I'm looking for a baked oatmeal protein cup for the kids for the mornings before they go to school. So the first thing I did was I looked up an oatmeal protein cup, and this is one that came up. So here's the ingredients. I'm going to copy the ingredients, and then I will go to my Fitness Pal. Under my Fitness Pal, it would have normally been my home. I click my home, I click onto food. And once I hit food, then I have the option here for recipes. So I click recipes. And then down here, you'll see this add recipe manually. So I click that add recipe manually, and I'm going to paste the ingredients. I'm going to write the name. So I like to name everything with the Strong Mama Nation so that I can easily find it. And then the name of the actual food itself. So Strong Mama Nation, oat protein cups. I always spell protein wrong, I before E, except for in protein. And then the amount of servings, so I'll go back to the recipe, which you guys can't see right now, but I will see. Okay, so that recipe called for, or was making 12 servings. So right here, the 12 servings. All right, now I have all of this here, and then this was 1 cup of berries. And I will match ingredients here at the bottom. So what this is going to do is it's going to bring up a list of all of these ingredients. And what I want to do is make sure that it's listing the ingredients correctly. So 3 cups of rolled oats is going in as 3 cups of rolled oats. Great. A teaspoon of baking powder, 1 cup of almond milk, 2 eggs came in kind of weird, so I'm going to replace that. So I'm going to search here, eggs, search, generic, 1, large, so I'm going to say 2, because it says 2 eggs, right? And hit that little check mark, so it matched that item. It says 2 eggs now. 1 scoop, so I'm going to be specific here because I know what kind of protein powder I'm going to use. Okay, so Vital Proteins vanilla. And it calls for 1 scoop. So I'm just going to do the recipe as is right now. Oops. And then we'll see how it looks, right? So we've got 1/2 ounce cup. That's incorrect. So we're just going to edit the quantity here. So this is going to be, well, and if you come into something like this, it's like super bonker weirds, I will just look for a different food, maple syrup. Let's search for that. So now we can look at maple syrups, and we can come over here and see which one lists the correct serving size. So this is a cup, so we can do the 1/3 of a cup right there. Okay, we've got cooking spray, and then we've got 1 cup of blueberries. Okay, so that looks fine. We're going to save it, and then we're going to go in and we're going to look at how all the macros break down. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm just going to click on it. And I can see here under the nutrition facts that it has 129 calories in it, 2 grams of fat, 22 grams of carbs, 6 grams of sugar, and 5 grams of protein. So I want protein to be much higher. I want protein to absolutely be higher than sugar for sure. And, I would kind of like it to be a lot closer to carbs. So this is where I go in and I start making adjustments. So I want to reduce the sugar, which number one, I am positive that maple syrup doesn't have the correct sugar content in it because maple syrup's got a lot of sugar. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this two scoops of protein. All right. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add an ingredient. I like doing this just to give me B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Just to give me an idea to kind of compare how things stack up against each other. So I can see that my banana versus my, calm down here. My banana and my maple syrup here. Okay, so you can see the difference here between the maple syrup and the banana, but I still can't see the difference in sugar, which is what I'm really interested in seeing. So I'm also going to take this almond milk and I'm going to replace it with almond cashew protein milk. You can, if you're not, if you can eat dairy, you can definitely replace it with cow's milk too. It's going to be a good high protein. Okay, now let's go ahead and save it again, and we're just going to look at the difference now that we can see as far as protein to sugar goes. And remember, we have banana in here and maple syrup because we're just kind of comparing the difference between the two. So we will come here and now we can see protein's gone up to 6 grams, sugar's at 8, carbs are at 27. So let's go ahead and edit the recipe. Oh, see, this is why. I was like, why didn't this go up? Okay, because we need to save this here. 2 scoops of protein. Check. Okay. We're going to remove the maple syrup. Let's delete this. And let's save it again and see where we're at. So the more you do this, the more you'll be able to recognize where to make switches in order to make recipes fit into your macros. Okay, so we have 135 calories, 3 grams of fat. We have 21 grams of carbs, 7 grams of protein, and 3 grams of sugar. So I am feeling so much better about this. The sugar's gone down to 3 grams, which is great. And the sugar is coming from banana, which is a really great source of protein, is a much better source than the maple syrup would have been. We've got our delicious blueberries in here. I think that I'm really happy with this. 2 scoops of vanilla protein. The one thing that I'm going to try here, because fat's still at 3 grams, so we might be able to add some peanut butter. Right? I mean, peanut butter makes these so creamy. Let's see here. We'll just do 4 tablespoons. Check. And that adds 32 grams of fat. Ooh, that might take us over. Let's check it out. So I do this with pretty much any new recipe. I mean, once you have the recipe in there and you know that it matches up with how you want it to match up, then you're pretty golden. But when I'm trying new things, especially things like oat protein cups, which these oat protein cups are typically like out of control with how they're made, especially with the sugar to protein content. They should just be called sugar cups. Okay, so we only have 6 grams of fat. We're still over, at 8 grams of protein over here with only 6 grams of fat. So I'm going to call this a winner, and this is how I'm going to make our oat cups. Woohoo! So hopefully you guys got some information out of this, and this should hopefully help you out in the future as you're creating new recipes or using recipes from the internet and making them your own. And then once you save this, all you have to do is go in, and if you want to log it, you can log it and then just say how many servings. So if I wanted to have 2 oat cups, I'm just going to say that I had 2 oat cups today at breakfast time, log it, and then it'll be in there. It'll break all those ingredients down. So when you have something like lasagna or something, you could put in all the ingredients and everything and then just say how many servings you have, and it'll just put it in here with everything correct already. So this, in my opinion, for the kids, at least for myself, I would definitely want my protein to be higher, but for the kids, 17 grams of protein, 44 grams of carbs, 11 grams of fat, 6 grams of sugar just coming from banana. Like that, I feel like is a great breakfast, banana and blueberry. That I feel like is a great breakfast for them. We additionally give them an egg in the morning and send them out the door with these cups. So, yep, definitely fits in for me. Let me know if you have any questions about this as you start doing it. All right.